Okay, boys and girls, you will each get a bag of tangrams. Do not open them. I will hand them out to you, and I'll let you know when you may open them. I'm going to read the story, Grandfather Tang's story. And as I read through, you will hear about each animal that Grandfather Tang is telling about, and you will make it with your tangrams. You have 7 pieces in your bag. Every tangram has 7 pieces. It's an ancient Chinese puzzle. It's basically called, it used to be called 7 Pieces of Cleverness. So you will make the fox, and then as I read through the story, the fox will change into a rabbit, and then you will change your tangrams. You'll manipulate, move them around into a rabbit. And then I will continue reading once we've had time to make the rabbit, and then your rabbit will turn into a dog, and so on. It'll keep going through the story like this. And basically, this is a great way to use tangrams. This lesson is made for a little bit older kids. I did try it out with my kinders today, and it was a little difficult. So I think with the 7 pieces and a specific model they had to make, it was more 3rd grade material, but they could, the students, the 5 and 6-year-olds could easily just create their own animals, their own version of the rabbit, their own version of the dog, and that would work just fine, because they're still looking at how to fit those 7 pieces together differently and how all the shapes can form different animals. And then another way to use these tangrams, and it's really nice to have them separated into individual baggies already for the kids. With the 7 pieces, they have to count them out to make sure, which was a task for my class already, to make sure they had 7 pieces in the bag. And then something else I liked that I saw that I think I'll try with my class is, and there's all sorts of these, there's the duos. This is the most simple one. I don't know if you can zoom in on that. And it's, as a class, I would say, okay, boys and girls, create a triangle using just 2 pieces of your tangrams. And then they would do that. Create a square using exactly 2 pieces. And they would do that. Create a parallelogram, which we would need to go over first, with 2 pieces, and so on. And you could even do that with different shapes, 4 pieces, 6 pieces, but it's just kind of a fun way for them to use the tangrams. Of course, the younger kids like to make their own creations, but the whole idea is them to see those different attributes of the different shapes and how they all can fit together different ways. And then something else that I did today, we did this Fruit Loop graphing, which is very basic, but it was kind of fun. They really loved it. And what I had them do was, first of all, because I didn't use a color printer, they decided what colors their Fruit Loops were, and they colored, and they drew one. And then they placed the Fruit Loop down. And then I did let them eat them, but not until they lifted one Fruit Loop, made an X there, and then they could eat the Fruit Loop. So that we could look back and see, oh, Lily's bag had more orange than blue, but Bailey's bag had more blue than yellow. We could compare graphs a little bit. So that was also a fun, easy, hands-on way for them to learn graphing. And that is all.